In pictures, car engulfed by flames due to electric shock. Dramatic images have been released of the moment a car burst into flames in Battambang province yesterday. Battambang officials to boost crackdown on fisheries crime. Battambang's provincial authorities stated that they will be setting up another headquarters in the Tonle Sap to boost crackdown capabilities on fisheries crimes. ASEAN COVID-19 Table 28 March 2022. ASEAN as a whole has reported more than 28.47 million COVID-19 cases. Of this, more than 4.51 million are active cases as of March 28. Driver flees after flipping luxury car in Phnom Penh. A reckless driver had his world turned upside down after he flipped his luxury car in the early hours of the morning. Soccer warned not to cross red line. The ruling Cambodian People's Party, CPP, has warned former opposition leader Kem Sokha not to cross the red line after he allegedly conducted political activities amid a tour to meet his supporters across the country. Police chief arrested after shooting stepmother dead. A provincial police chief has been arrested by his colleagues after he shot dead his stepmother. Foreigner who was neglected by his embassy leaves Cambodia thanks to royal government. A German citizen who complained to PM Hun Sen after he claimed he was ignored by the German embassy and left to live on the streets of Phnom Penh has been repatriated to Germany after further intervention from the royal government of Cambodia. Reprieve for imprisoned Cambodian refugee in California who faced possible deportation. As a Cambodian refugee whose family was shattered by the genocidal Khmer Rouge regime, joining a gang gave a sense of security, but that one moment of foolishness saw him being tried as an adult, convicted of murder and sent to prison with a sentence of 35 years to life. Jabs overdrive. Rush to vaccinate vulnerable amid virus surge and upcoming Nai. Ministry of Health and provincial authorities are stepping up vaccination of people aged 60 and over, those suffering from underlying illnesses and pregnant women, with a basic or booster doses before the holidays, as a precautionary measure. Woman dies in suicide leap from Phnom Penh condo. A young woman tragically took her own life at the weekend by leaping from a central Phnom Penh condo. Japan and France, as co-chairs of ICC Angkor to continue support for another 10 years. Co-chairs of the International Coordinating Committee for the Safeguarding and Development of the Historic Site of Angkor, ICC Angkor France and Japan, have announced to continue supporting the conservation and sustainable development work for another 10 years. Thai top cop in charge of combating human trafficking operations expected in Phnom Penh this week. Pole Lieutenant General Surachet, who is in charge of combating human trafficking operations, plans to be in Phnom Penh later this week to discuss the return of face rounded up by local authorities. Second edition of Cambodian Voice of Persons with Disabilities contest to kick off next month. The second edition of the Cambodian Voice of Persons with Disabilities contest for the Prime Minister's Award will be launched from April 2022 to May 2023, Information Minister Q Kanhuith said. Cambodia-bound trucks with COVID test kits impounded in Thailand. 3 pickup trucks loaded with Chinese-made rapid antigen test kits were nabbed and impounded by Thai police Sunday as they were heading for Cambodia via a border crossing in the eastern province of Sa Kaeo. Sokhan makes crucial first step in solving Myanmar issue. Foreign Affairs Minister Prak Sokhan's first mission to Myanmar as the ASEAN Special Envoy recently opened up a channel of communication with the ruling junta, the Asian Vision Institute, AVI, said. 2 Taiwanese masterminds charged over phone scam ring. The Pre-Sihanouk Provincial Court has charged and jailed 2 Taiwanese masterminds for running a phone scam ring that unlawfully recruited Thai workers in Sihanoukville last week. Chanto visits Queen Mother Library to mark DC Cam's creation. The governor of the National Bank of Cambodia, Chi Chanto, visited the Queen Mother Library to mark the establishment of the Documentation Center of Cambodia, DC Cam, amid 42nd anniversary of the reintroduction of the Cambodian rial. 6 Taiwanese men charged with trafficking drugs after over 700 kilograms of narcotics found. 6 Taiwanese men were charged in the Phnom Penh Municipal Court yesterday for possession and trafficking of more than 700 kilograms of mixed drugs in Phnom Penh and Kandal Province last week. Govt registers Mondulkiri wild honey under PGI. The Ministry of Commerce has launched the registration of Mondulkiri wild honey under the Protected Geographical Indication (PGI), which provides intellectual property protection for the Mondulkiri provincial wild bee conservation. Vietnamese held over illegal Tonle Sap fishing. Two masterminds behind the illegal buying and fishing activities in Tonle Sap Lake in Kampong Chhnang province have been arrested by the police. Wing Mall spreads love among young artists in Battambang. Wing Mall now undertakes charity activities in northwest Cambodia where communities remain in need. Battambang's farming community promotes seeds of life tradition. For generations, everyone in Nom Ching's family has been a farmer in Battambang. Cambodia aims at having 40% of electric vehicles by 2050. The government organized a display of electric vehicles, EV, on Saturday, as part of efforts to achieve 40% EVs in the country by the year 2050. Ministry opens food safety offices in more provinces. The Consumer Protection Competition and Fraud Repression (CCF) of the Ministry of Commerce is expanding its operations in order to address concerns about unsafe food across the country. Giving nature its well-deserved due. The Environment Ministry Secretary of State Neth Fiktra said on Saturday that nature can go on without human beings, but human beings cannot survive without nature. Military officer and farmers 30-year jail sentences. The Supreme Court on Friday upheld the 30-year jail sentence of a military officer and a woman who were found guilty by a lower court for smuggling in more than 1 kilogram of methamphetamine from Laos to Cambodia via the Simpang district at the Cambodia-Laos border.